time with somebody I don't know. I wanna stay for a while, I wanna move your way. No, the roof might cave in, all of these snakes in the wild. I'm about to lose my brain, tell me who gon' save me.
Back with another episode, below the surface edition of the Bonfire Briefing Podcast. And it's going to be an interesting one. We've come up with a fucking little interesting game here that we're going to play throughout the duration of this episode. It's just past 11 o'clock here on Monday. We just watched Game 7, and we've got some beverages here with us. And so we've both come up with like a list of like words or phrases or, you know, something along those lines. And if the other person says a word or a phrase that's on our list, they have to down a drink. And Alex has come up with a few more words than I have because I'm a little bit more of a drinker than he is, but that's all good and fun. And it should make for an entertaining episode, to say the least. And, you know, we'll be drinking throughout it anyway, regardless of how many drinks we, you know, have to throw down or anything like that. But I figured it would be a fun little thing to introduce to our episode tonight. And, you know, I don't know, see who comes out on top at the end, see who can trick the other into having to down a drink. Should be fun. You know, we kind of have an idea of what we're going to talk about tonight. There's some, you know, there are some topics that are definitely going to get brought up. Like we waited, you know, this long to record the podcast because we wanted to watch that Game 7 that was going on between the Heat and the Celtics. You probably watched a little bit more of it than I did. I was cooking and shit, you know, playing video games, dicking around during it, kind of. And then, you know, in the fourth quarter, it really just kind of, you know, the game got away from the Celtics there at the end. It just wasn't really all that competitive, which shocked me, you know. I did think they would do a little better. I mean, they climbed out of the hole that they were in pretty good, and it felt like they were right there, about to pull themselves up out of it, and it just didn't happen.
It just didn't happen. They just didn't come through. It was, I mean, their stars just didn't do worth a fuck, you know? Like, Jason Tatum sucks, you know? He was the only thing that didn't hit on my fucking parlay. I also needed him to score 35 points. Like, I needed him to have a particularly good game. You know, it's Game 7. They worked all this fucking way to get there. He misses. Everything else, I had like a fucking 14-leg parlay. 13 of it hit. Fucking... No, no, Stars didn't play. They didn't fucking do worth a fuck. No. They had some players shine a little bit, but it wasn't the main guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you just kind of expect some of the players that they have, like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and those guys, like you just, you know, like they did okay. Well, I mean, Jaylen Brown did okay. Tatum did not. He was pretty disappointing tonight.
He rolled his ankle like in the first fucking play.
Yeah.
So like I get that, but like, you know, I don't care for the sake of my parlay.
Yeah, that has a real negative impact on your parlay. You know, and the Heat were just better. I mean, I feel like, you know. I mean, well, one, Jimmy Butler had a pretty good game, and so did Caleb Martin. You know, Caleb Martin balled out of control.
Oh, yeah.
Double-double, 26 points.
He's good.
Yeah, no, he was good. I felt like, you know, Bam Adebayo, I feel like he did what you wanted him to do. They got the job done. I mean, you got to give the Heat a lot of credit. Because coming into this series, fucking nobody expected them to win. And then, you know, when they did get to 3-0, and the Celtics took that first game, and then they took that next game, all of a sudden it's 3-2. Now, it felt like everybody was rooting against the Heat. Everybody. Everyone, I don't know, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people wanted to see the Celtics become the first team to win a series down 3. And it just didn't happen, you know. Tonight was not their night. They were close, you know. They took it to 7 games, but no, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It also just wasn't like I don't know. Game 6 was a lot better. Game 7, and that's kind of why I was cooking and doing other shit. Like game 7 just wasn't really all that competitive. But I mean, Game 6 was crazy, which, you know, that was wild.
Beautiful. We didn't even get to mention that yet. Fantastic fucking ending. One of the, I mean, see, so no matter where they play, the refs favor Boston. I think it was some of the ugliest fucking refereeing I've ever seen. Just like it fouls left and right whenever Boston wanted one or needed one. And there was one good one for Miami there at the end. I don't remember all the fucking details of it, but like, you know, like it was. It seemed like it was called, you know, favoring fucking the Celtics pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it was there at the end. You know, and you know the Celtics got a little extra time put back on the clock that maybe they shouldn't have had. Maybe they really needed for that layup to count. You know?
No, it was beautiful. It was.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad we got more basketball. You know, I like more basketball. More sports is good.
Yeah, and it was an entertaining series. I mean, Game 6 in particular sticks out because of the way that it ended. But I mean, the whole series was very good. I don't know, man. I don't know how the finals are going to go. I don't, because I probably said it before on another podcast, but you know, I kind of think that the Celtics have like the more well-rounded team. You know, the guys like Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, whoever else they got on their roster. You know, it just kind of feels like they're a little more well-rounded than the Heat are.
So if you were to make a prediction right now, just off the bat, right now, what's the final score? Nuggets Heat, or final score, final fucking record, whatever you call it.
Shoot. That's tough. Because I don't even know who's gonna win. Like, could the Nuggets get out there and sweep the Heat? Absolutely. Could could the Heat make it really close and go to, win it out in 6-7 games? Yeah. I mean, I feel like I could see that too. I don't know. If I got to call it right now, I'm going to say, damn, I really just don't know. I will give you an answer though, because I won't back down on it. I think Jimmy Butler is going to have a couple of games where he goes off and he really puts the team on his back. So I'm going to say Nuggets in 6.
Well, that is a winner because it's also 11-11, so make your wish. It is a winner because on my list of things that you had to say, it was that the Nuggets win 4-2. So I feel
really, damn.
This has got to be. Like I figured it's this. It was. So I guess I feel like that one's not a serious of one. So if we finish in the drink, or you just like chugging like half the drink. It's got to be an honesty policy, or because no one's gonna. They got to trust. Our listeners just have to trust. Also, strongly encourage everyone to drink along as you're listening. Whether you're working, you're listening to this at fucking 10 p.m. Whatever.
Yeah. Chug. Yeah. One, I am going to finish the whole drink. I might not chug it all in one go, but I will finish it. I don't want to burp into the microphone or anything like that, but I will finish it all. I might chug it. I don't know. They're pretty fucking cold right now, though. You get a real cold drink. It's hard to chug. Yeah. But I will finish it. It's crazy that, I don't know. See, it's crazy that you thought I would pick the Nuggets in 6 because, like, I've been saying the whole time that I thought the Heat were going to beat the Celtics. So, I don't know. I thought maybe you were thinking I might pick the Heat in, like, 7 or 6. But I don't know, man. The Heat were up 3, and they gave up 3 games straight. That's not good. Like the fact that the Celtics were able to bring it to a game 7 is not good. And the Nuggets are not going to roll over like the Celtics did this last game. And all they need is one guy. They have the one dude that is going to keep them in this series no matter what. But Jokic is a monster. Watching this,
it was really just watching what team the fucking Nuggets are going to beat in the finals. They're fucking just a superior team. They just have fucking. They got goddamn fucking. They just got talent. They're built in a way. I mean, no other team really in the league it fucking really is in the playoffs or any shit like that really had anything like this. They didn't make it very far. The Warriors have like they got 2 fucking. I mean, the fucking Nuggets are just they're just a good ass team. They just have like just enough fucking talent.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel like they all just like if you're just looking at their roster, you might be like, I don't know if that's a team that should be in the finals, whatever. I mean, they have Jokic, but like they don't like you look at LA, that they swept. They got LeBron, AD, Russell, like that's a team you look at on paper and you're like, yeah, no, that team can make the finals for sure.
You're crazy. You are fucking speaking blasphemous words about Big Dick Jamal Murray.
But I'm just about to say some good things about him. Because they are a good team and they work really well together. And Jamal Murray, he's been balling out. He balled out in the LA series. It was very consistent. Aaron Gordon did the same thing. Balled out, got the job done. Even guys like like Michael Porter Jr. and KCP, they were doing what they needed to do to help their team. I mean, not just beat the Lakers, but sweep them. And I think the Heat are going to have a hard time dealing with all those guys. The Heat have a good team for what it's worth, which is why I do think along with playoff Jimmy Butler, I think they'll be able to get at least 1 game. I think maybe 2. But I can't really see them beating the Nuggets. I would like for them to. I will say, if you had asked me who I would like to win that series, I would like the Heat to win. I would like to see Jimmy Butler get a ring. I really would. He just. I would just like to see him get one. Jokic is going to be playing at a high level for years. Like Jimmy Butler, it might be one of his last chances to get a ring. It might be his last. Getting to the finals is hard.
I mean, Aaron Gordon, solid fucking forward. Michael Porter Jr. also fucking solid. I mean, they have enough talent that like I just don't think. I mean, who did the fucking? I mean, I gotta go back and look at who the fucking the Heat got that's worth the fuck that can even match up to any of those guys. I mean, Caleb Martin's going off. Jimmy Butler, fucking. I think I agree. Gonna have 2 good games. Fucking Bam. Goddamn, how do you say that? Adebayo. I mean, he's good, but he's not gonna win you games. He's just gonna play solid.
Yeah, he's just gonna try to stop Jokic from scoring 40 points.
Can Duncan Robinson hit fucking 5 threes and fucking pull a team out from wherever? Maybe. But I mean, he might also miss fucking 5 threes.
Yeah. Kyle Lowry is decent. He's probably not going to be the reason you win a game, but he's decent. Gabe Vincent, he balled out a little in some of these Celtics games. He can get you 30 points. But will he? I don't know. I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, they have a decent team, but like, is it beat the Nuggets in a 7-game series? Decent team? I just really don't think so. Something else that's kind of crazy. I thought about this just fucking the other day. KCP. He plays for the Nuggets now. He was on the Lakers for a long time. A lot of people when he was on the Lakers did not like him, because he just, he would hit threes here and there, but a lot of people felt like that was all he was good for. It was all he could do. And I mean, he really got a lot of hate online. I remember seeing it. And there's a very good chance that he's going to win another ring. He's already got one from his time in LA. There's a decent possibility KCP becomes a 2-time NBA champion, which
it's also like he hasn't played an insignificant. People might have hated him in LA, but he was like fucking their third or their fourth best player, like always. Like,
oh, he was good, man. I never hated him. I don't know. I feel like people, for whatever reason, people will look at guys like him and they'll focus on his mistakes, and then that's all they see him as. But they don't understand that he was a very important role player during that season where the Lakers won the title, and even the series, or even the seasons before then and after that. He did play a good role in, on that team, and he's playing a great role with Denver now. So, I feel like KCP is going to be able to tell a lot of those fucking haters, I told you so, at the end of this next series.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He can already do it. He's already got him a fucking ring, but you know what I mean? Hey, having 2 rings is a lot nicer than just having one.
Like, because you can be like, oh, LeBron carried him on the one ring, that he carried that whole team. Yeah, fucking no shit. But,
It's the second greatest basketball player of all time. Of course he carried him.
You're trying to start this shit. What do you mean is the second best? Is it on your list or something?
No, I'm saying he's the second best player of all time. Yeah, he carried that team. Obviously.
I don't think, are we trying to have the Jordan LeBron discussion?
We don't have to. I was just saying that LeBron is the second greatest basketball player of all time. He's very good.
I feel like LeBron's not done, though. So it's not fair to say it's just, I feel like, I don't know why I feel like you fucking want to talk about LeBron. Shit,
well, I mean, I've been watching a lot of old basketball recently, and we talked about that earlier this week. And, hey, I mean, I'm just saying. He's very good. I'm a fan. I like him quite a bit. Other than, like, Kobe, favorite basketball player of all time, I've probably seen LeBron play more than anyone other than, Kobe. Maybe some of Kobe's teammates or whatever. But he's very good. I like him. I am a fan. I think he's the second best player of all time. I think he's numero dos. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I think he fucking is not done yet. And when it's all said and done, he will be the best player of all time.
I feel like we can count that, for you, having a drink. I did want you to just say it, I was literally I was about to ask you because you kept saying he's not done yet. I was just gonna straight up ask you and be like, yeah, so you agree he's number 2 right now.
Oh no, I know. I had to make myself that. No, I think he's number 1. I just didn't know if we wanted to have that conversation. I wouldn't say he's number 2.
I see. That's I knew you wouldn't. I knew you wouldn't agree. I do. Yeah, I had that on my list. I wanted to have the conversation because it was on my list. Oh man. Yeah. No. I have though. It is true. I have been watching some old basketball recently, just highlights of different final series and everything like that. And of course, I went back and watched some of Jordan's because, obviously I have LeBron at 2, so I've got Jordan at 1. But I did watch LeBron and the Warriors when he came back from being down 3-1. I still think that's probably the best playoff series ever. It's absolutely the best I've ever seen. There's no question. It's impressive. It's very cool. He's a great player.
It was one of those, like, you remember where you were when you watched it kind of things. That block, that fucking insane block. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. I spent most of, I watched pretty much all of those games in that series with a buddy of mine who was like a massive LeBron fan. It was like, I liked LeBron, but he was like a LeBron fan. I feel like there's a bit of a difference. And it was crazy. We watched every game. And of course I was like, kind of like I did with the Heat and Celtics this time. I've tweeted a couple of things, been like, there's no way the Celtics are going to come back and win this thing, and I was right. They didn't. But I did the same thing with that series. I was like, oh, there's no way LeBron's going to come back and beat the Warriors. He's down 3-1. He's not going to do it. The Warriors are just way better. And you know what? I was wrong. He did it.
Because he's the best fucking player ever to fucking touch a court.
Oh man. Well, I don't know, man. He's one of them for sure. He is. I think he's top 2.
God, that's fucking dumb. Goddamn, it's ridiculous. Goddamn.
What do you mean? I feel like I will say, fucking. I don't know that most people agree with me. I feel like they do. I think most people still have Jordan at 1, but they released a. Actually, let me see if I can find it here real quick since I got Twitter up. But wait, did you see it? Like they asked current and former NBA players who the best basketball player of all time was.
No, I didn't see it.
Let me see if I can find it real fucking quick. Because Jordan was 1, as you would probably expect, and LeBron was too. And LeBron did vote for himself, which I think is pretty funny.
I would also vote for myself.
Yeah, I would too. A lot of people were making fun of him for it. It is funny, but why would you not vote for yourself?
Don't you want to win?
But they were not the only 2 people that got picked. Kobe had a couple of votes, which I'm not mad at. I definitely don't agree, but I won't argue against it because, like I said, he's my favorite player. I think Kareem had some votes, and I think Wilt had some votes, if I'm not mistaken. I think those were the 5 players that got votes. No one else got any votes whatsoever.
Interesting.
It's a solid, I mean, I think, Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, and Kobe, that very well might be my top 4 in that order. I don't know where I'd put Wilt exactly, but shit, he might be 5. I don't know. He did ball out of control.
You're almost right. You just got to flip those first 2.
No. I got him exactly where I want him.
Where does Steph rank? We don't have to get into top 10s. I feel like we got other. Is there other shit to talk about really or no?
Well, we can talk about Steph real quick. We don't have to fucking. We don't really have to have the Jordan LeBron debate because I feel like that horse is beat to death, and I just wanted you to say it so you had to finish the drink. But we can talk about Steph because I genuinely don't know where I would put him. I said it. I don't know if I said it on the podcast or not. Maybe I did, but last season I said it. I said if Steph wins a 4th ring, we have to start talking about him a little differently. And then, sure enough, he went and won that 4th ring. But I still don't know where I would put him in my top 10. You know what I mean? Like,
damn, do we have a podcast episode about that? Have we talked about Steph winning his 4th ring on like a different episode?
Maybe. I don't know, though.
I don't remember that we did, but I don't see why we wouldn't have.
Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe we did. Maybe we didn't though. We'll see. I don't know because I started the podcast May of last year, and that final series ended in like mid-June, and I didn't bring you on as a guest until like the 7th episode or something like that. So I don't know that it ever came up. Maybe it did, but I don't know that it did.
I would love to know if, we need some more guests on here. Do you have anybody?
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to get into that. I guess we could always get into that.
The answer to that question, no.
Nobody lined up.
Man,
okay.
Dude, I think I said it on another show, but I've reached out to like every UFC fighter that's won a fight this year, and I've just not gotten anywhere. And politics is a little, not that we have to get into politics right this exact second, but 2024 hasn't really heated up yet. There has been some interesting news, over this past week.
We'll get into that maybe.
A week ago, actually, there was some pretty big news, pretty big shakeup in the race, but we don't have to talk about that right now. But Steph, where is he all time? Because I don't have any problem with people saying he's a top 10 player all time. But my question is, who do you take out of the top 10 to put Steph in there? And of course, that kind of brings up like who you have in your top 10 already. I think a top 10 should, in my head, and a lot of people kind of see it this way, I feel like there's really only like 12 names that can pop up in a top 10. I think if you got anyone else in there, it's a little suspect.
Kobe, LeBron, Jordan,
Kareem, Will, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, Shaq, and I'm missing somebody, Magic.
But Jerry West.
No, but I think Jerry West is.
Who are the 12? There's two more.
So the two additional ones I think you can put in there is Steph and Hakeem Olajuwon. I think, and I've seen. I kind of have some beef with it because a lot of people that put Hakeem in their top 10 take out Kobe, and that rubs me the wrong way. Because Hakeem was great. I mean, don't get it twisted. Very great basketball player in his own right, but he wasn't fucking better than Kobe Bryant. No chance. Not a fucking. He just wasn't. I don't even think there's a discussion, to tell you the truth. So, I do think Hakeem is, also top 15. With, Jerry West, I would also put up there. I would put, Oscar Robertson up there.
Clyde Drexler type. I haven't watched a lot of his shit. He's up there.
Clyde the Glide. He's dope, man.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of they played Jordan in the finals one time, I think. Maybe no, because he played the Jazz twice. He played the Trailblazers once, and I did watch some of that. Clyde, he is an animal. He carried that team to the playoffs, to the finals, and they got beat. They got beat by Jordan's Bulls, but man, the rest of that Trailblazers team was kind of thin, and Clyde did it with little help. So hats off to him. He's also a very good player. I wouldn't put him in my top 10, but very good. Maybe top 20, top 15, maybe. I don't know. But so who do you take out of that top 10 to put Steph in there? It's tough because I hear a lot of people say that they want to bump Tim Duncan out. And as somebody that lives in San Antonio, that fucking hurts. But I also feel like I don't know that that's fair. I don't know that it's fair to bump him out. Tim Duncan he's the greatest power forward ever, all time. He played that position better than anybody. He wasn't the flashiest player ever, but
he's better than Dirk.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah,
I think so too. Yeah, and I was just saying. I think Dirk's number 2 though.
I can get behind that. I wouldn't really have any problem with that.
Because I feel like fucking Tim Duncan was a pure power forward, and I think Dirk kind of was too. But like, there's a lot of other guys who like play power forward some, but that's not like all they do.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really, say.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think that's right. And fucking Tim Duncan was the best player on 5 championship-winning Spurs teams. Like, he was the best player. He might not have been the best player in all of the finals, even though he was in almost all of them, 3 or 4 of them. He was undeniably the best player on them. 2-time MVP, 15-time All-Star, 20-year career. I just, I feel like people just kind of throw Timmy D under the bus, and I feel like that ain't fair.
He's going to get booted when Giannis moves into that number 1 power forward all-time spot.
I think it's possible. I don't know that it's a guarantee.
How many rings does Giannis have? Just the 1?
Just the 1. He's got what? Does Giannis have 1 or 2 MVPs?
I don't know. Fucking, that's something Google can tell us.
Yeah, I think he just has the 1. I do think he should have more. I will say that, but I think officially he just has the 1. And
motherfucker's got 2 of them.
Yeah.
2019, 2020. Yeah. No, Giannis does.
Oh, Giannis has 2. Oh, okay. All
yeah.
Right. Huh. Fair enough.
Fucking Giannis. Honestly, they have a similar. They're similar in that they both fucking are. Fucking. Well, they both play power forward, obviously, and they both fucking are the guys who carry the fuck out of their teams. Hold up. Actually, I had a question for you. Okay, we're at the 31-minute mark. On my list was how many beers are sitting in front of you?
Oh, dude, that's actually a fucking shame. I've probably not drank as much as you thought I would at this point in time. This is my 2nd beer that I've just opened.
No. The question is, how many are sitting in front of you?
2.
That are unopened. Okay, 2 are sitting in front of you that are unopened, right?
Well, one of them is finished, and the other I just opened.
Okay, so on my list was at the 30-minute mark, if you have 3 or more beers sitting in front of you, you have to finish the one you just opened.
Ooh, it's close. I feel like we should speed up the show a little bit, so I will finish this one quick. We are 30 minutes in. I should have had fucking at least 2 down by now.
I actually just finished my fucking drink. Let me get it. I'm going to grab a fucking... I was drinking the... Oh, wait, hold up. Let me walk away from my computer.
Yeah, no. Not that we necessarily have a time limit on this challenge here, but we should keep it interesting for the fans.
It also is late. It's late as a motherfucker, so like we are on a bit of a time restraint. It's not going to get uploaded this Monday. It'll be a Tuesday episode again.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But who would you kick out of that top 10 to put Steph in, or would you?
Who's at the very end of your top 10, or that everybody thinks is it fucking?
Most people kick out Tim Duncan, but I think maybe a better person to look at would be Larry Bird.
I think kicking out Larry Bird, maybe Tim Duncan, and then there's, I swear it's like is it fucking? No, people don't put Carl. Who? I swear there's somebody else that people put in their top 10 who I just am like, yeah, they were good, but they weren't fucking like legendary. I mean, they were legendary, but they weren't, there's people who have been better. I can't think right now, fucking,
Yeah, I don't know. I think he deserves to be in there, but I just, if I had to boot somebody out, it would probably be Larry Bird. But I don't think Larry makes a bad case, I really don't. He's 3 rings, 3 MVPs. I think he makes a case, but if I had to boot somebody out of that 10 for Steph, it would probably be Larry. No disrespect, the old fucking Larry legend. Wait, hold on. You didn't answer. Wait, maybe you did. Do you also have the Nuggets beating the Heat in the finals?
Oh yeah, it's going to be. They might sweep them. Like I'm very confident in it.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, no, damn. This is well, one thing that'll be interesting is they like no one's going to expect them to win coming into this series, kind of like they did the last one. So if the Heat can pull it off, we'll have to start talking about Jimmy Butler as one of them all-time Heat players, which I think is pretty cool.
I think he's already all-time Heat player. I think he's like, because LeBron came there and was just the shit. The greatest Heat player of all time is for sure Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
Because LeBron came and left, but he's also LeBron's just the best player of all time. But fucking just has done it on different teams. He's won fucking 3. How many rings LeBron got? 3 or 4? 4. No, 5. 4. Okay, he's got 4 with 3 different teams. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said with sticking with one team and doing it though. Like Tim Duncan, like Kobe, like some guys we've talked about.
Jordan, yeah.
Yeah. I think both are cool, but to me there's something about, a guy just riding it out. Sticking it, or like Dirk. He doesn't have the most rings ever, but he did it with the team, that got him. He stuck there his whole career. Like you said, he's a top, he might be the second best power forward of all time, but he stuck with one team and he finally got it done. And he beat LeBron to get that ring, which I don't think all rings are created equal, but that ring right there, it means something, it's special.
COVID ring kind of counts.
That's another thing. I feel like the COVID ring is just kind of, it counts. It does count.
Jordan had some sus rings too there. So fucking the whole other team's injured kind of shit. And like easy paths to the fucking ring. But not that it's his fault. But like it is kind of like you said, not all rings are created equal.
No. And Jordan definitely has some rings that are
it's kind of like
valuable than others.
It's kind of like a president. You don't really know how good they are till about 10 years after they're no longer doing the job. And I think that's the same for like NBA. Like it's hard to say if LeBron's the number 1 all time or not right now because like we don't know how good the people playing against LeBron were. Like, but we know he played against fucking Kobe. But like Kobe, it's cool because Kobe's like that crossover between the two of them, like fucking Jordan and LeBron. And it's like they both played a fair amount of time against. How long did Kobe and fucking Jordan play against each other? It was a few years.
I think they played against each other 5 times.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And I think Jordan got the better of him 3 times, but it was young Kobe. It wasn't prime Kobe, but he it's like as a Kobe fan, I do rank him very high in my top 10, a lot higher than a lot of other guys. But it kind of sucks for Kobe because he was never really. He has 1 MVP, but just like generally speaking, it never really felt like he was the best player in the league because he played in a league that had Jordan, and then he played in a league that had LeBron. Like he couldn't catch a break.
He was always like, but he won rings against fucking like. He won rings when LeBron was in the league. I don't think he won any when Jordan was in the league, right? Or no?
Maybe.
Let me see that.
I don't know. I can't remember when Jordan was on the Wizards, which is an odd thing in and of itself. I think he might have.
He retired in 2003. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, he took some years off between like when he left the Bulls and then when he went to the Wizards. There was some time off there, a couple years.
Well, goddamn, fucking Kobe won his first ring in 2000. Fucking Kobe. Let's see Kobe's second ring.
Yeah. Well, they three-peated there, so it was 2000, 01, and 02. So he did definitely win those rings when Jordan was in the league, but it was also Wizards Jordan. So not the best version of Michael Jordan. You see him in that Wizards jersey, and it when you look at a picture and you're like, something here just ain't quite right. That's what that feels like. It's like, man, get out of that blue ass jersey. You don't belong there.
No. Shit. Yeah, that shit's ugly. Fucking.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right.
Where was Jordan playing in fucking the year 2000? Oh, he retired. Okay, so he retired, came back. He had another three. So I think it's hard to say that Kobe's not like your number three, because Kobe and Jordan both did a similar thing. And didn't Kobe have a three-peat or no?
Oh, he did. Yeah, he did.
He had fucking one in 2000. He has 5 rings, right? One in 2000, then 2009, 2010, and then let me see, Kobe ring years.
Yeah. It was 2000 to 2002, and then he had 09 and 10. He had a three-peat and then a back-to-back later.
So 2000, 2001, 2002, and then 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
See, 2009, 2010, didn't LeBron go to the Heat in 2008?
That sounds right. I don't know offhand, but that does sound right.
When did LeBron go to the Heat? He went in 2010. So fucking... so maybe Kobe won 1 ring while LeBron was on the Heat. Maybe that first year, maybe not. But, like, that's crazy that, I mean, I don't know. Kobe didn't play against... Jordan wasn't his best years, and his best years were in the fucking 80s, So Kobe never played against prime Jordan. But he did win rings, like, while Jordan was playing. They've all won rings while the others were playing.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm trying to use, like, Kobe as, like, the best comparison of an old school guy who played against LeBron. To kind of, see where LeBron ranks against Jordan. It's the best kind of superstar, the same position, all that kind of shit. Rest in peace,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, my favorite player of all time. I mean, he's the reason I started playing basketball and started watching. I just thought it was crazy. I had never seen anything like that. I had seen a little bit of basketball, but nothing that really like held my interest all that much. It wasn't even during a regular season, which is funny. It was during an off season when they were playing like classic games on ESPN or wherever it was, and I saw like a really young Kobe Bryant just go off. Just dunking on people and shit. And I was like, what is this? Of course, Shaq was there too, and Shaq was balling out of control. I was like, what the hell is going on? This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And it was like from then, I was like, yeah, no, I'm a Kobe fan. And I was a Kobe fan and not a Lakers fan. There is a difference there. It's like when Kobe retired, I was like, yeah. It's like, no, I really was just a Kobe fan. No, I mean, the Lakers also really sucked there for some time after he retired. They were pitiful for a minute.
Oh, it was sad, yeah.
Yeah. And then they would draft these young guys that had potential, and then they would just send them away. They would just trade them. They'd get rid of them.
Yeah. And then they bring him back years later, D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They see these young players that they got rid of balling out of control, and they're like, hold on, why don't you come back here?
For way more money. Yeah, like, why don't we just fucking make bad business decisions?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a criticism of them for a long time. Now, they just don't value young talent. They just keep bringing in older guys. I mean, LeBron makes sense, but like, they've made some questionable decisions. They have. Shit. What else do we need to get to? I know you have some topics that we're hoping to hit before this thing is over.
We've had. Well, we can do UFC or we can do politics. Let's do UFC. Let's talk about this upcoming card. That's a little more exciting. DeSantis joined the race. He's a UFC guy. I think he's a little bit fucking goofy. I like some of his politics, but I think he's a little too fucking stupid. I think he's not stupid. No, he's definitely not stupid. But I think he's a little too. He's not charismatic fucking whatsoever, and he needs to be.
Yeah. It's funny. That was on my list. You criticizing DeSantis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking,
no.
Of course it was.
it was on there. I was like, I know. I was like, I figure he'll come up at some point, and I know you will criticize him. Not that I wouldn't, but I know that you would. Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. He is. I mean, he's probably my favorite in the Republican primary right now. But I don't plan on voting in the Republican primary, so that's up to them to decide. I'm not a Republican, so I mean, and also there will be people on the ballot that have actually been on the show. So DeSantis, if he wants to get the Republican nomination, he'll have to do it without my help. That's for sure.
I like Tim Scott. He's all right.
Oh yeah, he is running. I always forget, but he definitely is. He also, he made his announcement not too long ago.
Mayor of Miami, he's talking about it. He's actually kind of cool. Suarez or whatever.
Yeah,
somebody who we should try to
cool.
Get him on the podcast. That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him quite a bit. I don't have any problem with him. Getting him on the podcast would be a great idea. I don't know. It's been interesting to watch some of the discourse around like Trump and DeSantis. It's like all these blue check mark people on conservative Twitter, just like DeSantis declared his run for president, and then they like all ran to their side, And there's been a fair amount of fighting between them. It's been entertaining. Don Jr. tweeted out that video, the edited video, where it had like DeSantis in for Michael Scott.
Yeah, that was the world's not ready for what's coming.
Oh, man.
There's too many stupid people out there who think everything they see is real.
Yeah.
It is funny, though. I mean, it is good.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It's people thought that elections would change with social media, and they did, like a lot. But, you think about like how much elections are going to change with AI, like when it really, really gets good, You're going to see more videos like that pop up. Even worse, there's going to be fake. There's just going to be fake everything out there. There's going to be like firms where their job is to put out like damaging like audio clips, and they're going to leak them, and they're going to be like, look at what so and so said, or it's going to be tough. And like for your average voter who's not going to dig into it anymore, they're just going to take whatever they see online as the truth. Like they're not going to dig into that audio clip to see if it's real or fake. They're just going to roll with it because that's what they saw. It's I don't know, man. It'll be a weird one for sure.
Shit. Not slight transition. I guess it's not the biggest. Oh yeah, no, it's a pretty big transition. Fucking, we don't have a Trevor Peak fight scheduled on the UFC website.
No, but we do have this upcoming weekend. Vic Altamirano is fighting.
Oh shit, yeah, he is. But actually, just to keep everything in chronological order, I know I got fucked up with the Trevor Peak fight thing. tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Time. We got the first episode of The Ultimate Fighter is starting up a new season.
Oh, shit. That's right.
So we will have fights in the middle of the week.
Dang.
Fucking Victor Altamirano. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Fighting
he's fighting Tim Elliott, man.
That's good. That's a fucking good step up.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I had forgotten that he was scheduled to fight till I looked at this card earlier, and that's going to be a fun one. I just saw him fight live in San Antonio. He was on that card back in like March, I think it was, late March. Shot him a DM, wished him luck in his fight, everything like that. He did respond, which is dope. And he won his fight, which is even better. Just awesome, man. Great dude, young guy. He's winning his fights in the UFC. Trains out of Dallas, I think. So, here in Texas, just a good dude, man. I'm excited. Out of all the fights on that card, and there are some interesting ones, that's the one I'm looking forward to the most, obviously.
He's also the fucking dog, so that means we got to fucking put some money on him.
Oh, he is the dog, yeah.
Plus 135 right now. Fuck you, Tim Elliott. You're not a fucking friend of the pod. Stay gone.
Hey, you can. I know you just finished one, but you can finish another one. Friend of the pod was something I was hoping you would say. Oh man, that's a fucking good one. That was one of those I wasn't real fucking sure about. I don't know that I have any more for you though. Well, I mean, I do have more, but I feel like they're a big stretch. So that might be the last one you got to do. One of them we've already covered the subject, and then the other one was just kind of a fucking real shot in the dark.
I got one. I want to tell you. I thought you were for sure going to say it. I thought you were for sure going to talk about having a fucking Derek White jersey.
Wait, hold on. We can both drink to this because I had Derek White on mine. I was hoping you would bring him up.
I was,
fuck.
We can drink to that one. Yeah.
Let me get a new one. That's so funny. I was hoping you would. I wanted to talk about Game 6 because it was the most entertaining game and finish of the series. But
you danced all around saying his fucking name.
I never said his name because I wanted you to. Never said his name. He's the guy that made the game-winning shot, and we talked about that game without ever saying his name. That's funny.
Damn.
All right. Well, that is one of mine. So the other one I have is like a real big shot in the dark. We've also kind of passed it. It was more NBA related, but not really. It's funny. You also had fucking Derek White.
I got two more because I don't think we're going to get to them. I just let you know what I was thinking. I thought maybe we might mention Casey DeSantis or Kamala Harris. Neither of them women, those fine ladies, came up, or whatever you want to call them. Fucking.
Interesting.
I got some other ones that they could still happen. I got one that very well could happen, but
if they might, we'll fucking. We can keep them till the end, just in case.
Those two, though, I didn't think those were going to come back up. We've passed politics.
Probably not. Probably not. There wasn't really anything else political in the news other than, DeSantis running, really. I mean, there is, but not that we had thought we might cover. No. I think the fights are cool that we got this weekend coming up. I am really excited for Vic to fight, I think it's cool. He just fought like 2 months ago, and he's already hopping back in. That's dope.
That's right. Climbing them fucking rankings. You got to. We did talk about some of these last week, like Damon Blackshear, big fan. He won his last fight, I think, right? It doesn't show on the website.
I can't remember if he did or not. No, he did. He, it was like a couple months ago. No. He lost to a guy that was undefeated. I don't know what guy, but He did lose a decision.
That's right. It was a decision.
Yeah,
It
some
was
undefeated guy.
Bashart.
Bashart.
Yeah, Fareed Bashart. Yeah,
I think
it's a funny name.
Basharat.
Bashart.
I don't think it's Bashart.
Goddamn, I'm an uneducated fuck, dude. What can I say?
Old Fareed Bashart. He's never coming on the podcast.
Fuck no. God damn it.
That's
Whatever.
funny. That's all right though. He needs a win. You know,
He needs a win.
needs a win. Jim Miller is fighting on that same card. That'll be a lot of fun. He has the most wins in UFC history, so that'll be cool. Said he wants to fight at UFC 300, which is wild. It's a wild thing to say.
Yeah.
I don't know when UFC 300 is, but you know, it's in the future somewhere.
Fuck yeah. Are you looking at like the website where like you can see everybody's kind of headshots right there?
I'm actually just on the Wikipedia page.
I was gonna say fucking just if anybody's listening and has made it this far into the episode, fucking if you go looking through there, Elise Reed, like everybody else has the same kind of headshot, but hers is just like it's like they zoomed the camera way out, and it's just fucking funny looking. She looks like a fucking like a miniature person compared to all these normal sized people. But
Hold on, I gotta see that. That's very funny. Why did they? Hold on, let me see here.
just go to like the card and like scroll down.
Oh yeah, they did. She's like way zoomed out. Yeah.
Why did they do that like that?
Everyone else's is normal, but hers is just zoomed way out. Oh man, I don't know. We need to call up the UFC. Let them know. Let them know that they messed up. Well, that's better than Ketlin Souza, who doesn't even have a picture. She ain't got nothing. She just got an outline of some woman.
Damn. Oh, fucking, that is funny. Who is she?
No headshot.
She's never fought before in a professional fight.
In a professional fight?
Yeah, she's like
Wait.
0-0.
Oh, wait, hold on. Fucking.
Maybe she has, but not in something I guess the UFC recognizes.
Oh yeah, no, she fought 2 times in Invicta. Well, in that second fight, she won the vacant Invicta FC Flyweight Championship.
Damn.
Interesting. She is 13-3. All right then. She only fought those 2 fights in Invicta were her only fights in the U.S. Every other professional fight she had was in Brazil. Interesting. She fought for a promotion called Mr. Cage.
Interesting.
And yeah, but like, she also won the Mr. Cage Strawweight Championship, which I think is kind of funny because, you know, Mr. Cage, this is a woman we're talking about here.
Hey, this is fucking 2023. You gotta fucking open your mind a little bit.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know what I'm saying. Actually, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what I want to say. Yeah, no, I mean, Sousa can be the Mr. Cage champion if she wants to. She was. So, hats off to gender equality.
Yeah. All genders. Anyways, Alex Caceres is fighting. I feel like last time he throws
Bruce
great
Leroy.
shit.
Yeah, they call it Bruce Leroy.
That's good.
Yeah, he's dope. He's been around for a minute too. He's he's kind of just he's really well. I think he fights at featherweight now, but he did fight at bantamweight for some time, and he's just kind of been around forever. He's been in the UFC. I feel like about as long as I've been watching. Just always around, he's been on a pretty good tear recently. He's won He's won 6 of his last 7, looks like. You know, like he beat Chase Hooper, who, you know, I think we should. We probably talked about him last week, if I had to guess, but, you know, I was very impressed with his most recent performance. So, hats off to him.
I sadly missed it. It was one of the ones I was looking forward to the most.
Oh yeah, it was. It was. He just. I thought he would do better at 155, and I'm not just saying that because he performed well and he looked good and everything. I thought he would do better. I didn't know he would do as good as he did. Not anywhere close, honestly. He beat the dog shit out of that guy, man. He landed over 200 strikes. He just laid it on him, dude. Just punch after punch after punch. He looked good. He just looked good, man. Changing a weight class will do wonders for a fighter. You know, you never know it until they do it, but it just, I mean, it could change your whole career. It could change the trajectory of your whole career. You know, there are a lot of people. I know we're like getting real sidetracked, but like Pereira, he's moving up to 205, and a lot of people are like, oh, you know, why is he not fighting Israel Adesanya again for the belt, you know, having a third match? And I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't know why Pereira wouldn't at least give it a try. Just, you know, have the third fight, see if he wins it. If he loses it, you know, whatever, he can move up to 205. But what if moving to 205 is the move that he needs? Like, what if he goes up there and he just starts starching people? Because he was cutting weight like, I think we talked about this. He was cutting weight like 3 weeks out from his fight with Izzy. That's insane. That's absurd. You should not be doing that. It can't be healthy. I just know it can't. What if he goes up to 205 and it ends up being the best thing ever? What if he just dominates up there? Because he might. He's a big dude. You know, hence needing to cut weight fucking a month out. Like, he might go up there and just start starching people. So, I don't know. I just think, you know, a lot of people are like, yeah, why not go for the title again? But, you know, what if he feels like 205 is really the move?
205 also is like needing people.
It does, yeah. I don't think it would hurt from having a shakeup.
Yeah,
introducing
shaking up a little bit, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. There's some pretty good examples at 170, too. Guys that moved up and started doing better, like Gilbert Burns and Jorge Masvidal. You know, 2 guys that have been staples of the 170 division for the past couple of years. They started at 155. They were cutting too much weight. They were too big for the weight class. They moved up to 170. Hell, Burns has had 1 title shot. Jorge got 2. You know, it worked out for him. So, I don't know. And I think a similar thing has happened. Not that he was bad at bantamweight by any means, but I think a similar thing has happened with who we were talking about, Bruce Leroy, or Alex Caceres. You know, he's looked very good at featherweight, especially within these past couple of years. Like I said, 6-1 in his last 7. You know, beat Chase Hooper and Julian Erosa, those kind of guys. You know, I think it'll be a very good fight, and I think that maybe, you know, this fight will be one of the ones that kind of puts Caceres back in the top 15 situation. He might still be in the top 15, actually. I don't know. I forget.
He is number 15.
All right, well, fair enough. He's right there. But, you know, this might be the fight that if he wins it, this might get him like a pretty big fight next. And featherweight, there's some killers at featherweight, you know? So, I don't know. I'm excited for him. I've been a fan for a long time, and, you know, I think featherweight is a division that kind of needs some new blood to rise up to the top. You know? Volkanovski just keeps beating these guys, man.
Who at bantamweight would move up?
I should have had my fucking rankings pulled up. I did not.
I got fucking Aljamain Sterling. He's talking about moving up right or now.
Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah, we had to pause there for a quick bathroom break. That's what happens whenever you drink a couple beers on a hour plus long podcast. But we were just talking about Aljamain Sterling moving up to 145, and that seems to be the plan. Now he's going to fight Sean O'Malley. We have a date on that, right? I don't know it offhand, but let me see if we can pull that up real quick. August 19th, UFC 292. So they're going to fight. And Aljamain Sterling, I don't know if he's talked on this, recently, but before his last fight with Cejudo, he was talking about beating Cejudo, beating O'Malley, and then moving up to 145. What do we think happens to Aljamain Sterling when he moves to 145? Does he do well? Actually, better question: does he fight for the title immediately?
I don't think so. I think he only would do that if he wanted. Well, he probably wants to, but he will lose.
Yeah. I agree. I think we can make two predictions right here that I don't know that anyone will, argue against him. I think Aljamain Sterling smokes O'Malley. I think he smokes him. I don't think it's competitive. I don't think it's close. I think Sterling just outgrapples him. I think Sean might touch him a little on the feet, but I think once Sterling gets it to the ground, it's over. It's a wrap. The second thing is that if Sterling was to fight Volkanovski, especially if it's his first fight at featherweight, he will get. You can't really describe what's going to happen to him. He'll get beat bad, real bad. It won't be competitive. He's just going to get beat. Volkanovski moved up a weight class and fought the champ and lost a very close decision.
And probably could have won the thing if he fucking just did a little more. It was his choice. Yeah. He didn't get beat. He beat himself.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. But Islam he's a bigger guy. He's the champion at 155, which is 20 pounds heavier than the weight class that Sterling is at. And Sterling is moving up. Like Volkanovski would be fighting a smaller guy. I mean, Aljamain might be taller. Volkanovski is not the tallest guy in the world. But Sterling is the one moving up into a bigger weight class. It's unknown territory. Volkanovski has fought bigger guys and beat it. Well, he didn't beat Islam, but he came close. It was very, very close. I think Aljamain Sterling is just not. I don't think he's ready for a guy like Volkanovski.
Volkanovski is about an inch shorter, or whatever 67 to 60 versus 66 is being on the fucking UFC website. I don't know what fucking metric they use.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they use inches or centimeters, but I don't know. I can't. I can't see a path to victory for Aljamain Sterling, and I don't really. There are a lot of people who hate Aljamain Sterling because of the way he won the title, and he defended against Jan the second time, and it was controversial, and I understand all that. I don't even necessarily disagree. I thought Jan won the second fight, but I don't hate Aljamain Sterling. I do think he's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. He's defended his belt a couple of times now. But you're going up against Volkanovski, who I've learned since I've pulled this page up. Volkanovski is number 2 pound for pound in the world right now. He is behind John Jones, who they've bumped up to 1. And I understand why they did it. I don't agree. I think
John Jones could kill anyone.
He could, but we're talking pound for pound, John Jones hasn't fought in a long time. He beat Cyril Gane, and that's all good and fine, but Volkanovski has fought everybody. And not everybody, but he's fought a lot of people in the featherweight division. His win streak is long. He's defended his title against a lot of guys. And I think Volkanovski's current reign over the 145 division is more impressive than John Jones taking 3 years off and beating Cyril Gane. That's just what I think. I think he deserves the pound for pound number one spot more than John Jones. I do think Jones should be up there, but number one, I don't know. I like Volkanovski in that. He's been more consistent. He fights often. He's basically cleared out his division. I don't know.
I mean, I get that. That all makes sense, but it's John Jones, It's Dana White's favorite fighter.
And that's why he's got it, So, I mean, it is what it is. What can you do? There's some, I don't know. There's some politics in the UFC rankings, I suppose.
What you could do is you could reach out to those fucking random fucking losers that fucking get to choose the UFC rankings. We've talked about that on this fucking show, but we can't get into it now because it's late. But
no, but we can throw them under the bus again because they do suck. And a lot of them, not all of them, some of them are good, but a lot of them fucking haven't talked about MMA on their website in years and don't know what they're talking about. Some of them only cover boxing and they don't even talk about MMA, which blows my mind. But they get to decide who's ranked in the UFC. The rankings have always been kind of whatever, but I don't know. Yeah, no, I guess we don't have to get into all of it, but they do suck. And the Bonfire Briefing Podcast is more qualified, more active, and just overall better source. So, Dana, hit me up.
Shit, yeah.
I'll join the media pool. Look, I think I'm more qualified. I've watched almost every single card over the past, 13 years. I think I'm way, way more qualified than a lot of these bums that are making these rankings. So, hit us up.
Shit, yeah. No, that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, I think it would. I think I could make some good rankings, man. I don't see why not. I watch all these fights. I know all these guys. I know all these guys that are in these rankings right now that we're looking at. I've seen them all fight probably multiple times.
If everybody found out you were making the rankings, you better believe you'd never be short any guest on the show.
Oh, dude, I would fucking, Look, if I do start making the rankings or having a vote and you want to come on the show and get bumped up a spot or two, we can talk.
Yeah.
You said the phrase earlier, I'm
friend of the pod,
I like my friends of the podcast, I'm very, very friendly to them for a reason, I like them all. No, I'm that would be crazy. It would be such a cool thing to do because it does have some influence and impact on matchups that are made and everything like that. Guys that are ranked in the top 15 typically don't want to fight people lower than them. Not that they won't, but they don't really want to. It does impact the matchups that are being made, and it would be fucking awesome to have a little bit of say in that. I'm not going to get it, obviously, but it would be very cool. And there are people that are making these decisions that haven't talked about MMA in fucking years, and I think that's stupid. That's ridiculous. Haven't even mentioned MMA on their website in fucking 5 years, but yet they get a vote on how people are ranked. How does that make any sense?
Because fucking Dana White can pull the fucking strings of any of them.
He can. He is the man. You have to give it to him. Actually, just while we're talking shit on, I don't know what other stuff we got to get into. I know it's running a little late, but we could talk shit about something else real quick. I'm looking at the UFC rankings on their website right now, and up at the top, it says "Watch Power Slap 2 free on Rumble."
I saw that shit. I was going to mention it. That's so funny. Yeah. What do you think about that,
dude? I think it's dumb. Because it's not, well, one, It's not a sport. Let's get that bullshit out there right now. It's not a sport. MMA is a sport. Boxing is a sport. Football, basketball, these are all sports. Fucking power slap, competitive fucking slapping, not a sport.
It's dumb as fuck. It's really a giant waste.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's one of those things. You see shit pop up on your feeds every now and then, and you're like, "What is this bullshit? Like, what are these fake ass sports that people are doing in other countries?" And like, this is one of those things you would expect to pop up on like a 240p grainy video from like Russia, you know, people doing it in like their basement or something. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? What is happening? You know, but the UFC is like sponsoring it, and they're putting all this money into it, and they're promoting it, and they're trying to treat it like it's a legitimate thing. It's literally just two bozos slapping each other in the face. That's all it is.
Dumbasses. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's not a sport. It doesn't require any fucking talent or athletic ability or anything.
You to be able to slap the fuck out of somebody. But and not even that. Like, these aren't the best slappers in the world. Like, you don't know who the best is. It's not like fucking baseball where people are practicing when they're little kids in fucking school, or soccer where they're training them in academies when they're little. You know, like, these are just people slapping each other. This is like, it's just like fucking, it's like picking out people who play beer pong. Like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. That's funny. I would honestly, I would watch competitive fucking beer pong 10 times over before I watch this power slap nonsense.
There's for sure people who play beer pong who just run the table fucking. Like, there's those people who bowl and like bowl a perfect game like often.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is dude, I've had interactions with some women that could probably be on power slap, you know?
Yeah.
I've had some women slap me, made my fucking ears ring, you know?
Yeah.
I could make a couple calls and get you some new competitors.
What's Trump call them? Nasty women? Yeah, I can get you some of them.
I got some prime talent sitting in my contacts just waiting, you know? I could set you up, dude.
Call. Be like, hey, you want to slap the shit out of somebody? You can just fucking hit them up. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're built for it.
Yeah. Oh, they're good for it. I could personally attest. Oh, Dev, there was another point I wanted to make. Oh no, I know what it was. It's not really related to anything. But you mentioned bowling, and I saw my favorite clip, everybody's favorite bowling clip today. I forget what the context was, but somebody posted it on Twitter. You know, the guy. Who do you think you are? I am. Dude,
God damn, beautiful. That's America. God damn it.
Oh, dude, that's one of my favorite things ever. Every time that clip comes up on my feed, I watch it. I have to. There's just nothing. It's so great. It gets you pumped up. It gets you ready to go fucking tackle the world. You can take on anything. You know, it's awesome. Hold on.
He's a beast.
I gotta find the guy because I always forget his name. Pete Weber is his name.
The GOAT.
I gotta reach out to him. I'm gonna do it after we get off here. I've gotta have him on the show.
That'd be crazy.
I have to. Who do you think you are? I am. You know, what's better than that? What's better than that? This is so dope. People don't understand. I like bowling. I don't go all that much, and I'm not any good. I would never claim to be any good. I'm not, but I like it. And bowling is for sure a sport where you can really start to get into some trash talking. You know, I get it. I understand. Bowling might not look like much when you're at your local place or you're looking at it on TV, but when you're the one bowling yourself and you're there with your friends, man, I love talking shit, you know?
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic fucking thing. No, we need to go bowling.
We've never been, have we? Bowling?
There's a couple things like that. We've never been bowling. We've never been fishing. There's like a list of shit that like we both like, but we never do. We've only played pool like once.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's insane. We've known each other as long as we have. Well, there are reasons that we haven't in some of the
There's reasons. We can't get into all those reasons, but yeah.
No. We don't live in the same place, so that would be...
That's 90% of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's been something that's been a constant through fucking
that's actually,
most of the time we've known each other.
That's actually 100% of it.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's like I'm 1,500 miles away, Not quite, but I don't know how much it is. It's like we can't exactly just fuck get together and go bowling. You know what I mean? It's not happening.
No. Shit. Fucking yeah. No. We need to though. It is good shit. Bowling, all that shit. Any sport like that where it's like anything like that is real easy to talk shit with. Especially if you both are like, it sucks when somebody's there and they're like obviously really good. Like I went bowling with this chick one time. She pulled out like her own ball and her glove and everything, and I'm like, come on now, like fucking don't be like that. But since then I have been bowling and I've like learned a little bit of a technique. And when you get that nice ball that you can buy, god damn, it's a lot more fun. That ball curves like that. That's why they curl it on TV. You just gotta it makes all the difference. Yeah, we'll go bowling. I'm going to buy me a goddamn ball when we go. Yeah, no.
It's a good move. I don't know that I've ever said it on the podcast, but I mean, we've talked about it before, but like my grandma is like an amateur bowler. And do you know how embarrassing it is to go bowling with your grandma and just get fucking dusted?
Yeah.
Dusted. Just obliterated. Like 70 something years old, has pain in every single bone, joint, ligament that she has, can't fucking hardly breathe, been smoking for fucking 60 years, and she's 70 years old.
Just lights you up.
Lights you up. And you think you're decent, you're like, oh, I've gotten a practice game in, I'll get better, I can compete. No, you can't. You're going to get dusted, son. She's got the glove out with the wrist guard on it to help her. She's got her own ball. She knows the locals. She knows everybody in there. You are about to get your shit beat in by your 70-something-year-old grandma. It just doesn't seem like it should be a thing. But it is. I should be better. I don't bowl enough. I don't know. I used to do it more often, but I've not been bowling. Honestly, I've probably not been bowling in years.
Yeah.
It's probably been years since I last went. Same thing with fishing, too. I've not gone fishing recently, and I love it. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
Life just passes you by. Got to go catch some fish.
Yeah, and it's not like I can't go, but there's a million other things going on, I don't know. We'll definitely do that. We'll have to remedy that fucking sometime soon. We'll have to go fishing. I have to go bowling. We have played pool before, but we got to play some more pool.
More pool. More drinking. More all the fucking, extracurriculars.
Yeah. I went out and played pool with a buddy recently, and I beat him in every single game we played.
Feels good.
I don't know if I mentioned that on the podcast or not, but it does feel good every single game to just beat him. I was rusty. I was out of practice, but man, I'm good. I'm not bad. I'm good compared to other people who also don't play regularly. I've played against people that can like really play. And you're like, whoa, I signed up for something that I didn't realize it was going to be this. Guys who like bring their own cue. They got it in this fancy little case. They got gloves on. They just whip out this cue, probably worth God knows how much money. They're like, oh yeah, I started playing pool back in fucking 1957, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, fuck no.
You're like, no, this is bad. And you've already put down your money, You're like, well, I could say goodbye to that 10. Because I'm not getting it back. No chance. No, I mean, I think we can kind of start to wrap it up here. It's getting pretty late. We're almost at an hour and a half. We mentioned it at the start of this. We had a list of like words and phrases, we were going to try to catch each other up on. I think I got you on. Of course, I didn't have as many as you did, but I got you on all of mine except for one. And it was kind of a shot in the dark, but you mentioned it like right before we started recording, and I thought that maybe you would slip it in during the NBA conversation. But the Mark Cuban tweet about streaming services, you mentioned it like right before we started recording. Not right before, we were talking, and you mentioned it, and I was like, maybe he'll pull that one out. And you didn't, so. That's the only one I've got left, though, honestly.
Shit. I had some other ones, but fucking nothing that's even... I'm going to save mine for the next time we play this, because they're still kind of relevant. Some shit, just some different fucking off-the-wall kind of shit.
Yeah, we should definitely make it, make it a thing. Maybe introduce some other drinking games, maybe do this one some more.
Maybe we could have people send us some DMs of some ideas. And then we fucking use your shit on the podcast, and we don't tell, we don't say what those things are until they happen.
Yeah.
Get the fans involved,
That would be cool. Yeah. Just, just some other ways to kind of shake up the podcast. Because it has been, a little difficult to get other guests on recently. I'm just not, I haven't really had the success that I had, like last year, earlier this year with getting some other guests on. And, if you're gonna listen to some more of these podcasts, we want to try to keep it interesting and keep it entertaining. And a great way to do that is introduce games and alcohol to a podcast. That will it'll always add a little extra something to it. But yeah, no, I think that's all we've got for now. If you're interested in keeping up with the podcast on social media and everything else, it's at Bonfire Brief Pod. The podcast is available everywhere, pretty much that other podcasts are available. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we're on like iHeartRadio, and we're on Stitcher. I don't even know what Stitcher is, but we're on there. So anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find the Bonfire Briefing Podcast, and you'll probably hear from us again soon. We have the NBA Finals coming up. Finally, after this long-ass Celtics Heat series, we finally are at the NBA Finals. Nuggets, Heat. I got the Nuggets in 6, so we'll see how it goes and talk to you guys later.